The Mercury Cougar started life in 1967 as a more upscale offering positioned between the Mustang and Thunderbird. Though heavily Mustang-based, the Cougar offered a slightly more luxurious alternative. Luxury did not entirely replace performance, however. A GT package with engine choices ranging all the way up to 7 liters was available in early models. Ever-increasing emissions regulations and federal safety requirements would drastically alter the Cougar over time. By the late 70s, the Cougar had evolved into a lighter, more compact form. Personal luxury remained a theme as performance continued a steady decline. A shift to Ford's intermediate platform in 1977 enabled Cougar to inexpensively expand to sedan and wagon models, something that did not necessarily sit well with traditional Cougar loyalists. However, with most of Ford's development budget focused on future models, it was a minor miracle Cougar survived at all. One of those future models was Fairmont, and it would have an enormous impact on many Ford models, including Cougar. Though simple and boxy in appearance, Fairmont offered a surprisingly sophisticated European-style suspension and steering configuration in a compact, lightweight package. Cougar would transition to the Fox Body platform in 1980. The transition resulted in a 900-pound weight reduction and a loss of 15 inches in overall length. Considerable effort was made to compensate for the drastically reduced size by offering the latest in electronic instrumentation, as well as a diverse array of color and trim options. Initially, the Fox Body Cougar was available in only a 2-door XR7 coupe configuration, with 4.2 and 4.8-liter V8 offerings. MacPherson strut suspension and variable rack and pinion steering provided surprisingly nimble handling for the era. In fact, the Fox Body platform added a surprising level of sophistication, if one could overlook the rather polarizing squared-off styling. Under that boxy exterior, there are many similarities to Cougar's platform mate, the Mustang, and some examples were transformed into the ultimate sleeper cars. For 1981, the Cougar lineup would transform yet again, adding 2- and 4-door sedans, as well as 4- and 6-cylinder powertrains. The box-top 2- and 4-door models were heavily Fairmont-based, and offered more economy and practicality compared to the XR7. The marketing department apparently weren't entirely convinced the transformation went far enough, and the revised Cougar barely even appeared in its own TV ads, which may explain why most are unaware the 2- and 4-door Fox Body Cougar ever existed.
Finally, there's a fuel-efficient, mid-sized car whose luxury feels more like a full-sized car. Introducing the Cougar 4-door from Lincoln Mercury. 4 doors is one thing, but a Cougar is another.
Only slightly more popular was Ford's second-generation Granada. It shared all but a grille and taillights externally with the Cougar. The interior of the Cougar did, however, offer luxury options not available on the Granada, such as twin-comfort lounge seating in genuine leather and other options and details not featured on the Granada. Both 2- and 4-door sedans offered a considerably more formal appearance than the XR7, and mirrored closely the Granada and Fairmont offerings. GS and LS packages were offered, and availability varied based on body style. The GS packages focused more on appearance, while the LS packages offered luxury and convenience features. The XR7 models offered unique seating configurations, including a rare Recaro seat and center console package. As with most downsized models of the era, a diverse and extensive array of options was on offer in an attempt to lure back traditional customers. For its final year, there was little change for the rarest of Cougars, as Ford readied its already overdue replacement. There was, however, the surprise addition of a wagon model, which predictably was nearly identical to the Granada wagon, and available in base and wood-tone Villager models. And with that, the short-lived 80-82 Fox Body Cougar was quietly put to rest. Few examples of this forgotten Cougar exist, though there is one not far from my home, and it belongs to an elderly friend who has owned it since new. Though the Southern California sun has taken its toll, the owner keeps the old cat running like new, and it is considered an old faithful companion. She was recently heartbroken when a careless driver damaged the rear fender, and repair shops refused to even bother offering an estimate on such an old car. To most, this old car is of little value, but it means a lot to my friend, so I decided to see what I could do. I remembered an old trick I had seen years ago, and with the help of 2 old books and a scissor jack, and a lot of patience, the damage slowly disappeared. Once a majority of the dent had been addressed, a bit of hammering of sheet metal and some careful straightening of aluminum trim went a long way to getting this poor old cat started on a journey to its former glory. As with so many cars of this era, the 80-82 Fox Body Cougar is largely forgotten and receives little recognition today. But to some, there is simply no substitute to an old faithful companion.